So I'm going to be very, very careful about this, okay? Companion. I saw this. This is a great privilege of being a film critic. I saw this with no knowledge of anything about it at all. I just knew that it started at 10 o'clock on Monday morning in Warner's out in Theobald's Road. Okay, I've subsequently seen the trailer and the poster, which I think give away too much. So many of you will already know more than I'm going to tell you because you will have seen the trailer and you may have seen the poster, although only if you see the poster up close, you realize what it's telling you. I'm going to attempt to review the film without the spoilers of the trailer. Okay. Here are the first 33 seconds of the trailer.
There have been two moments in my life when I was happiest. The first was the day I met Josh.
I'm Josh.
I'm Iris. And the second, the day I killed him.
Just relax. Remember to smile and act happy. Do they know? Iris, wake up.
So you can hear from that, okay, creepy satirical chiller, that tagline, a new kind of love story. Opens with a sort of Stepford Wives image of a young woman walking in a slightly glazed way through a supermarket, sniffing the ripe fruit. And in the trailer, there are two cards that come up. One of them says that from the studio that brought you The Notebook, which is that, the Nick Sparks adaptation with Rachel McAdams, Ryan Gosling, and the creators of Barbarian. Now, if you remember when I reviewed Barbarian, which is a film by Zach Kreger, who's a producer on this, there was a whole thing about you can't really review Barbarian because there's a thing that happens that you don't want to say anything about, so it's quite difficult. This is weirdly similar. This is written and directed by Drew Hancock, but it also has a thing that I don't want to tell you, which is in the trailer. But if you haven't seen the trailer, don't see the trailer. So this stars Sophie Thatcher, who was one of the two girls in Heretic, which I loved, the Hugh Grant film. So she's Iris, and we know from the outset, from that, because that opening thing when she says those two moments, that she met, fell in love with, and then killed Josh, who's played by Jack Quaid, son of Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. Then we see her and Josh in a smart car, which responds to Josh's voice, and they talk to the car as if it's a person. Thank you, Josh's car. They're going to stay with some of Josh's friends in a cabin in the woods. It's actually not a cabin; it's a mansion, and it's owned by Sergei, who's. We hear that he's a gangster. He's very rich. Iris is nervous because she's terrified that Josh's friends don't like her or won't like her. At least of all, Megan Surrey's cat, who clearly hates her. And at one point, she actually says, "Why do you hate me?" And she says, "I don't hate you. I hate the idea of you. You make me feel so replaceable." So maybe she's an ex, maybe Josh threw her over. And, now there's also Eli and his impossibly handsome boyfriend who tells everyone that he's met the most beautiful man in the world. The whole thing's a bit creepy. It's a bit off kilter because they all seem to treat Iris like she's like an adornment or a bit of furniture, all except Sergei, who drools over her and clearly has designs on her. So you've got that whole Stepford Wives, Ira Levin, Jordan Peele kind of thing. Why are these people acting weird? What are they up to? And then the morning after they arrive, she goes to the lakeside on her own. Josh wants to stay behind. You think, okay, he's up to something. Sergei turns up and things turn nasty. And that's all I'll tell you because I think that you shouldn't know more than that. Now, one of the things I thought was really good about this was Sergei is the best performance that Orlando Bloom has ever given. I was watching it thinking, wow, Orlando Bloom is absolutely brilliant. He's got this terrible mullet. He's really creepy. He's really good. It's a very, very self-effacing performance. Then I realized why Orlando Bloom is so good. It's not Orlando Bloom. It's Rupert Friend. And so I was thinking, not him. Different, totally different actor and much better. But there was a weird thing going on that I thought it was Orlando Bloom being really good. Beyond that, the only thing what you need to know is that it's like a social satire, as I said, in the kind of Ira Levin, Jordan Peele, maybe even in the same way that kind of, M3gan was. It's a film that uses an outlandish concept to discuss a very recognizable real life horror about the way people control their partners, the way people's voices are silenced, the way Iris just accepts that her role in life is to love Josh and to make Josh happy. It's got a kind of bitey sort of consumerist pastiche, and greed, and all human relationships are founded on, well, not love, but ownership. And there was one point in it when I remember, the Spielberg film AI, and the whole thing about AI is that David, the kid, loves his mum, even though she drops him in the woods and leaves him to, fend for himself. And there is this thing about, why is it that Iris loves Josh as much as she does? I really enjoyed the film. I thought it was terrific. I thought it was smart and sharp and bitingly incisive. And the best thing about it was that when the first reveal happened, I went because I had absolutely no idea that was where it was going. And if you've seen the trailer, you'll know. And if you've read the stuff, you'll know. And if you've seen the poster close up, you'll sort of. But if you haven't, do yourself a favor, go see this before anyone else tells you anything about it. And I thought it was really good fun, really twisty, really turny, really kind of, great popcorn entertainment with with something to say and a sort of exciting way of saying it. And I hope that I have managed to divulge less than the trailer did.
Jackson Booth Millard in Bishop's Waltham in Southampton, in an email which I will redact as I go through because he has not been as it doesn't set out with the same premise that you have. Mark and Simon, it's a smart, funny and twisted, scary movie with some science fiction and some comedy. It has a terrific script full of witty, dark humour and eye-catching violence and nastiness between the likeable characters. I found myself rooting for the lead female characters, but she does. I laughed and I squirmed and I absolutely loved it. A pleasant surprise for a movie I didn't know was coming, and I will definitely be recommending to others. So that's
big thumbs up. And it was such a treat. Monday morning, all I knew was 10 o'clock at Theobalds Road, and then I just sat there and I thought, this is the best job in the world, because I knew nothing about this at all.